the importance of self-care, and we have the amazing BJ Martin sitting next to us. Thank you so much for being with us today, BJ.
Thank you for having me. I'm full of gratitude. Thank you so much.
We are enjoy. We just enjoyed a party, didn't we?
Yes, it was awesome. It was awesome. I loved it.
Great time of celebration.
Yes.
BJ, what makes you different from all the people and makes you alike? Because so many times we focus on what makes us different. What makes you like all the other people who are probably watching you today?
I would say what makes me like a lot of people is that I share the same experiences that a lot of people have gone through.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what would be one of the experiences that you think has probably shaped you the most to be the woman that you are?
Look, where do I start with that? I went through a time of depression. It started in high school. I wanted to commit suicide.
Wow.
So I tried to overdose on Tylenol PM.
Wow.
And people don't know that about me. They do now. That's fine though, because I'm okay. I can stand in my truth. I'm okay with that now, you know. And even as an adult, I went through depression again. I took pills, antidepressants for that. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have gone through that as well. Yeah.
I love that you are willing to be so transparent, because so many times we are so concerned, just like what Selena talked about, we're so concerned about keeping it all together. And I think that one of the things we've seen this year in women in leadership and women in positions of authority is that it's okay not to be okay.
Yes.
You know, and it's just as beautiful to be broken as it is to be all together. And so what helped you to navigate wanting to end your life? What was the thing that was your anchor that helped you?
I mean, honestly, in that moment, it didn't work. I just had a good night's sleep. That's basically what happened. And when I woke up, I said, it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
You're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Even at that young age, maybe about 15, 16 something, I knew.
What was going on that made you feel like the answer was going to be to, I mean, what made you feel like, okay, this would be a good answer? Or was it something that you saw or something that someone said? What made you think that that would be a good solution?
For me to
take your life.
I didn't want to, feel the pain anymore. And I was feeling that it didn't matter if I was there or not, you know, if I existed or not. In that moment, that's how I felt.
Yeah. And so what helped you to realize that you were valuable and that you're important, that you mattered?
Yes. That when it didn't work, and I woke up the next day, I said,
God was like,
yes. He's like, no,
you can't take what I do. It was not yours.
Exactly. So I said, okay, all right. So I left it alone.
So when you see people who are in that place, because I believe that when you've gone through something, there is like something inside of you that connects with people who are struggling with that. When you do that, what do you share with them? What part of your victory do you share with them to help them to overcome?
Okay, well, on Facebook, I do a lot of postings, a lot of inspirational posts. I focus on Mondays, it's Mental Health Mondays, so I'm always posting things about mental health, you know, getting help, don't be ashamed of it. You know, just in certain questions you should ask yourself, you know, have you gone outside today? Have you talked to anybody today? Have you taken care of your hygiene today? Just different questions so that you can, you know, maybe, you know, ask yourself these things. So I'm very, that's what I do. And I just let people know that well, I'm here, you know, for you, and that people are here and they love you. So
I think that it's important, you know, like you talked about, you know, writing and journaling. As far as you like poetry.
Yes.
And so tell us about you said poetry is therapy.
Yes.
And so explain to me how you came to understand that poetry was therapy.
Because every time I began to write, I would cry. I would just be crying, and I'm writing, and I'm crying. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't know initially that I was being healed. I was healing.
Yeah.
And you hear people say all this, but it's the truth. Putting those words on that paper has been very therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
Very.
And so what you're saying is basically, in order for you to heal, you have to get it out.
Yes. Yes.
You have to
Absolutely.
get it out. You have to share it. So do you do spoken word? Do you share your poetry publicly, or how do you use it? How do you leverage what you write?
Okay, so I decided that I was going to go ahead and go public with my poetry. So I put together a project, and I've been in the studio for a couple of months now putting it together. So I will be releasing my first single next month. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
I think it's beautiful. I was reading someone's bio, and they said, I was created to create.
Yes.
And I think that when we realize that we're created to create, that instead of consuming or destroying, it gives us something, because everyone has something different. Like yours is poetry, for Dominique it's his songs, for Celinda it's her movement. We all have something, we all have a way to take what we've gone through and empower someone else.
Absolutely.
When you write, what was the first poem that you wrote, and what was